last game, final score, beat them by 4.
Welcome, everyone, to the 2K Sports Studios. I'm Greg Gumbel with Clark Kellogg. Just ahead on College Hoops Tonight, we'll take a look at the upcoming big games of the week in college hoops, as well as show you the best action from around the nation. But we begin with a special player who was an easy choice as our Player of the Week in college basketball.
Number 21 is a favorite to win this award every week, Greg, and he gets it this week. If there's anyone who doesn't consider him one of the best players in the country, just take a look at his last few performances.
Now let's take a look ahead to the games that get top billing on the schedule in the days to come. This should be a terrific matchup. Both these teams are fighting to improve their position among the nation's elite teams, and they're going to have to go through each other to do it.
Tennessee should come out on top if I had to make a prediction. Their backcourt is so solid this year, and their guards love to get out and run. That gives them a huge advantage in a game that should be as fast-paced as this one will be.
And we have another upcoming contest that promises to be a classic. This will be a fantastic battle. This is shaping up to be a prototypical style versus style matchup. Great scorers on one side of the court, great defenders on the other. This is going to be a real showdown. There were some fantastic matchups this past week, so let's take a closer look at them in our Games of the Week. Let's start things off with a contest between two of the biggest programs in the history of the NCAA. Kentucky dismantled Connecticut.
No matter where these two teams are in the standings, it's always newsworthy when historic programs face off. It's a chance to reflect on all the great stories of college basketball while anxiously awaiting what could be the next chapter.
Number 32 was the key player in the victory. His 9 points led the team. You've heard it before. Big-time players step up in big games, and he was that big-time player for them today. He couldn't have picked a more timely game to give a virtuoso performance.
Although this next contest seemed predictable enough, one of the best teams in the country suffered a severe shock to the system. Chicago State knocked off Michigan State.
This came right out of the blue, Greg. What a wild and crazy game. Michigan State
We're jockeying for a #1 seed, but this might throw a wrench in those plans. It would be tough to call them a top team after a loss like this.
Chicago State was deadly from long range. Their three-point shooting made a huge difference. I don't know if they came into this game with a plan to attack from long range, but that's definitely the way it turned out.
If you can consistently knock down big threes, it really wears down an opponent mentally. It just is so deflating when you work on defense only to give up a shot from behind the arc.
That's our show, everyone. For all of us here at the 2K Sports Studios, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on College Hoops Tonight, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer.